approach 30 space frames. My God, are you fucking shitting me? We are all Dawa. All Dawa. All the way? Maybe it's all the way. Steel just lost his best field commander and a quarter of his destroyers. He can't ignore that. He can't. Now acknowledge that this is a significant victory. Strike him blow, but it's not everything we need, not even with Calder's wing harassing the node. Don't tell me Steele is planning to lose the Carthage all along. It's some kind of political ploy. Not entirely untrue. He never wanted to lose that ship, but its loss will convince the Alliance to put more destroyers away from their Shivan watch. The vengeance in the Phoenicia we expect. They won't be able to fuel and supply those ships on their sole infrastructure alone. Moving them means Steele has to move soon. I expect Steele's final attack within 11 days. Before it comes, we must have intelligence that we need to determine how we will act in the last days of the war, and I'm afraid that you are the only asset we have to obtain it. Me? I don't think my visions are connecting me to some force outside of Sol, but without some kind of clear signal, some network or specimen, what can we learn? Your mind has been entered and shaped by the actions of an alien intelligence. They use non-logical quantum phenomena to induce activity directly in your neural structures. The process is not entirely one way. The hope is to use a technique developed on Jupiter to crack the Nagari signal and extract the information we need from your dream companions. Your mind will serve as the entry point for an intrusion into the Nagari network. We will learn all we can from its masters and their intentions for humanity. So are they, like, I thought Nagari was something we created. Anyway, whatever. GTVA Flight Officer Samuel Bei Xiao Kang was shaped from childhood by the same process that has touched you. Cassandra will provide processing, signal, intelligence, firepower we need for this operation. Okay, cool. Don't care. So are you still spelling gibberish or what? Operator, how is our unwitting guest? Dolphins Vector, savvy, capable, could have brought dolphins, tides rising, ride it out, could have written poems for each other, leaving soon, leaving sun and Shivans, leaving dolphins. She's not dreaming much of substance. Her broadcasts into the Nagari manifold are intermittent. I think she's at peace. She sounds so young. I'm glad someone's sleeping easy. Geffen fighting is constant and damaging. Their societies are fragile, dependent on artificial wombs and precious technology. The fundamental Nagari protocols are Turing capable. We have a limited grasp of them. Huh. Turing capable. So, like, this computer can pass a Turing test? Interesting. Or fail it, whatever the proper terminology is for the Turing test. So it's a system that our test to see if its computers can't. I often buy your theory that I'm somehow immune to my past. Taking down that Carthage was powerful. You don't have PTSD. That's the key. Don't you get it? You can watch 1,000 comrades and lovers die and it'll never cripple you. It just forges you, make you better. Rumor has it that All the Way is ready to show me exactly what's been happening in my head all these years. Something to do with the Hammer of Light schematics? Exactly. You think your visions aren't somehow tied to your ability to uncouple from your traumas and act as you see necessary for human survival? Then you're the fool I thought you were. So which came first then? Did Ken come to me because I learned to step free of the past, or did he teach me how to do it? Maybe a little both. If what he's planning works, maybe you can ask the thing itself. If it goes wrong, well, Laporte, you're a good Fadian and a good asset. You are what humanity needs. Thank you, Falconer. You're mad, Falconer, but you're a quick shot and a good cover. Watch the beams. Don't watch the beams. Don't ever look at a beam. Just fly away from a beam. Kovacs, home, evasives forever. Wow, like, is everyone in here crazy? Guilt, blame, no overlap. Okay. Finally, 20 months, and we finally get one of their destroyers. It was a victory only the Fatigue could have accomplished. Stealth assets, perfect battle intel going in, and dead accurate psych assessment. Suppose it's too much to hope that Steele's aura of invincibility back home will be tarnished. Steele's probably like us. There'll be fallout. It won't matter. The people holding his reins are smart enough to know it was Lopez's era, not his. How long until he hits Earth? How much more does he need? We're still playing for time. We're still on the defensive. All the ways Nagiri Op is ready to roll. Maybe we can figure out what we need to do to win this thing. I hear Admiral Calder's taken with your abilities. Yeah. Admiral Calder and I are like this. Alright. The Hammer of Light. Goodbye, HOL. You're toast. Word from the analyst has it that your network and soul is being reamed. We have lost most of the faithful in Soul. The purge is spreading through the rest of the Alliance. I disagree with your organization's principles, but I appreciate the sacrifices you made. What's the climate like in the Alliance right now? The war has been fiercely divisive on Terran worlds. Again and again, the Terran Assembly cries that the Federation is a theoretical cabal, not unlike the Hammer of Light. Only half them believe them. I'm surprised Civil War hasn't broken out. Another Neo-Terran uprising. Excellent. Maybe there is a civil war. Civil discontent is massive. Without support from a charismatic military leader, it will not erupt into a true war. The war in Saul has rallied as many behind the Alliance banner as it's driven away. Sheep. Herds and herds of sheep. You couldn't pull that kind of propaganda on the Ubuntu populace. Yes, you could! Perhaps that is part of what they're afraid of. A citizenry does not respond to the tools of government. That can't be rallied en masse by fear. They need a bidable position to face the Shivans. The fumblings of human government are ultimately irrelevant. The destroyers will come and purge all sin from the tomb of space. We are trespassers, we are insects, and our time is nearly over. God, I hate you guys. No red ants, no black ants. Somehow some of us can be saved. No! The Ancients One understood that their crime was a sin. Or was sin. Our hubris and self-censored monomania led us to believe that achievements must have goals, desires, fears, objectives. Abandon all these things. Abandon meaning. Yeah. They kind of established that in Freespace too. They're just the destroyers. They destroy everything like Terrans and Vesudans and the Ancients, so that the next Terran, Vesudans, and Ancients can make it to space and then be destroyed. I forgot to upload the frame viruses. I'm getting the sense that the next op involves Cassandra and my brain. You're right. I can try to give you the details as simple as I can. I'd appreciate it. Go ahead. What is Shambhala? We've completed analysis of DNI data gathered from your hallucination during patrol over Earth. We can see the impact of the Nagiri signals on your mind in real time. I know you think I'm hooked into some kind of grayer design here, but this whole Nagiri business still makes me edgy. In this one case, I'd rather be crazy than right. Tough. If Ken exists elsewhere as a real entity, you can speak to him, and he must accept input from your brain. Any system that accepts input can be cracked. We're going to hack Ken. He used your brain to get inside and pull whatever information he has, like what the hell he is. Alright, tell me about the hardware. Cassandra is the only computational system in human space powerful enough to handle this. We need to give you an advantage in the Nagiri connection, enough to force your own request down, the information flow back to the host. To do that, we need the transmitter design HL gave you, and we need GTI. Oh, God. Alright, so let's get back. That's the plan. Once we have the transmitter design, the GTI Nagiri data real-time mapping your brain, we're going to send you in. You'll get whatever data you can out of the computational space can exist in. What is it, though? Is it just some kind of box on a Shivan shelf somewhere? That's absurd. I imagine it's something like Cassandra, which is not absurd, and which I can't describe here. Fine, my brain is ringing, willing to serve as part of this run, but I need to know everything going in. Yep. The Hammer believes the Shivans use the Nagiri process to seek out the sinful. Nothing in this universe is without sin, including the Shivans. Is it so far-fetched that we're the ones, the GTVA are the ones to judge and punish the Shivans for their sins? Remember, we are like them. I told you you'd have a hard decision to make. Was I right? Was a Carthage call agony? What's done is done. I'm at peace with it. I feel like I made out the bones and ash to the people I've killed, and I'm at peace with it. You make snap calls about 10,000 lives. You brush away the dying ants, but when you smile, I still see a human being down there. You're the Fidean ideal port. Is that what you people want to make me into? You, Faulkner, Kovacs, the Counselor, the Berserker, the Warrior, are you each an angle? There are reasons why Kovacs is the way he is. Choices he had to make. Faulkner, there's no buried angst, no trauma there. She's just that way, always happened. What about you, Vidora? For all your gentle quiet, I'm starting to wonder where you learned to get into heads like this. I was a serial killer. I like to think the people I killed needed to die. Just formalize the job. That's what we do. We make monsters into weapons. I think it was just what you needed. The next op will be pivotal. Next op, according to the wiki, is tower defense in Freespace 2, so I am not looking forward to that. Actually, maybe I am. Maybe we like Dota. Freespace 2 Dota. God. Anyway, let's get over here. Been rambling on for like 15 minutes now.